Amanda, quick question. Who do you think was the most powerful woman in Chinese history?
That's a tough one. But if I had to pick, I'd say Wu Zetian. She wasn't just powerful, she was the only woman in Chinese history to rule as emperor.
Wait, an emperor? Not an empress?
Exactly. She didn't just sit on the throne as a consort or regent. She declared herself emperor and ruled in her own right. And let me tell you, her story is wild.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more. So, how did Wu Zetian go from being a concubine to the most powerful person in China?
Well, it's a story of ambition, intelligence, and a lot of political maneuvering. She started as a concubine of Emperor Taizong, but after his death, she caught the eye of his son, Emperor Gaozong.
Wait, she married her stepson? That's bold.
Yes, but Wu Zetian wasn't just playing the romance card. She was incredibly intelligent and politically savvy. She quickly rose through the ranks, becoming Gaozong's empress and later his co-ruler.
Co-ruler? So she was sharing power?
At first, yes. But after Gaozong's death, she took full control, sidelining her sons and declaring herself emperor in 690 CE. It was unprecedented. No woman had ever done that before.
Okay, so what was her reign like? Was she a good ruler?
That's where it gets interesting. Wu Zetian was a controversial figure. On one hand, she was a brilliant administrator. She reformed the civil service, promoted meritocracy, and supported Buddhism, which helped unify the empire.
Sounds like she was ahead of her time.
Absolutely. But on the other hand, she was ruthless in maintaining her power. She eliminated political rivals, sometimes through brutal means, and used a network of spies to keep tabs on her enemies.
So she was like the Machiavelli of ancient China?
Pretty much. She knew how to play the game, and she played it better than anyone else.
You mentioned she supported Buddhism. Why was that such a big deal?
Great question. Wu Zetian used Buddhism to legitimize her rule. She claimed she was a reincarnation of the Maitreya Buddha, which helped her gain support from the people and the clergy.
Wait, she declared herself a Buddha? That's next-level branding.
Exactly. She also commissioned massive Buddhist projects, like the Longmen Grottos, which are still standing today. It was a way to show her devotion and solidify her legacy.
I've heard that Wu Zetian was pretty ruthless. Did she really kill her own family to stay in power?
That's one of the darker parts of her story. There are accounts that she had her daughter, sister, and even her sons killed or exiled to eliminate threats to her throne. But historians debate how much of this is true and how much is propaganda from her enemies.
Okay, for those of you who are watching this video, leave your comment below on whether Wu Zetian really killed her own family. So she's kind of like the ancient Chinese version of a Shakespearean villain?
Yes, but it's important to remember that male emperors did the same things and weren't judged as harshly. Wu Zetian was held to a different standard because she was a woman.
Beyond politics, did Wu Zetian leave any cultural or societal impacts?
Absolutely. She was a huge patron of the arts and literature. During her reign, she encouraged the creation of poetry, music, and art, which flourished under her rule. She also promoted education, especially for women, and even established schools for them.
Wait, schools for women in the 7th century? That's groundbreaking.
She believed that educated women could contribute more to society, and she practiced what she preached. She was known to be highly educated herself, and even wrote poetry and essays.
So she wasn't just a ruler, she was a cultural icon too?
Yeah. Her reign is often seen as a golden age for Tang Dynasty culture, and her influence extended far beyond politics.
I've heard she had a secret police force. Is that true?
Yes. Wu Zetian created a network of spies and informants known as the Copper Fish. They were tasked with rooting out dissent and ensuring loyalty to her rule.
That sounds intense. Did it work?
It did, but it also made her deeply feared. The Copper Fish were notorious for their harsh methods, and many officials lived in constant fear of being accused of treason.
So she ruled with an iron fist?
In many ways, yes. But it's also worth noting that her reign was remarkably stable, which was rare for the time. Her methods, while controversial, kept the empire together during a turbulent period.
So, Wu Zetian wasn't just an empress. She was a trailblazer who redefined what women could achieve in ancient China. Her story reminds us that power knows no gender.
And let's not forget, she's proof that women have always been at the forefront of political and cultural change.
Next time, we're diving into the life of another incredible woman, Empress Dowager Cixi, the last powerful ruler of imperial China. Trust me, her story is just as fascinating.
A woman who ruled behind the scenes. I'm already hooked. See you next time.